Hello there. It's been a great while, and it's great to take out a little bit of time to create this and let you know that we've not gone on break. We just it has just been a busy season, Currently running a lot of programs at the same time, and most times I really have not created time for myself. I mostly just have time to rest. you know. And in that instance, when you say that you want to create something, you most times will just pew, slip off. And, most times when people sleep, things slip out from their hands. And it's important that you do not, you know, get thoroughly engaged when you're sleeping because you will lose things, you know. And that's one of those lessons in life that I learned. And we must uphold, you know, rest when you need to rest. Okay, take the break when you need to take the break. Okay, walk is mostly beneficial and a blessing when you do it very conscious because the fruit of what you do, you are going to live to experience it, be it good or bad. You understand? So, consciously sow the seeds, consciously plant the things that you want to harvest. you know. And again, this is PV Masons, and this is just me saying it's been a little bit of time, a little bit of, staying away, and this is me taking our time to say we're here, but a lot has been going on. One of those things that stood out for me in the last few weeks, in the last few weeks, was a story that Job shared. You know, Job shared an amazing story. I think that should be in Job 39. An amazing, amazing story. And that was a story of, of an ostrich, you know. It so described an ostrich so amazing, amazing an animal, you know. An ostrich would go all the while, you know, which has great abilities, great speed, great potentials. That's how an ostrich is. Okay. However, you know, when an ostrich, lays an egg, for instance, an ostrich can step on the egg, you know, can step on the egg and, you know, waste her labor, makes her labor in vain. That's kind of animal an ostrich is. As amazing the animal is, Job says that is because she has not been given wisdom, that she was deprived of wisdom. Neither does she have understanding. That's what Job was saying, 39 of his book, verse 17. You know, and so you see very amazing qualities of this animal, very amazing things that, benefits of these, okay, of being associated or knowing this animal. One of those benefits of a human being likened to an ostrich is that an ostrich has great ability, not just ability, but agility, speed and agility. History or research, better put, has it that the speed of an ostrich is sometimes gets to about 70 kilometer per hour. Okay, you know, about 70 kilometer per hour speed of an ostrich at a time. So when you're being compared to an ostrich, it means that you're being, likened to having an ability to quickly adapt or respond to challenges, emphasizing agility, and swiftness, even in your decision making. An ostrich is so blessed with strength, so blessed with strength. Well, someone will say that, sir, are you saying that we should start praying that God make me an ostrich? No, we're simply saying that in looking at nature, there are certain animals that have or possess certain qualities that mankind can, desire, emulate, and trust the Lord to strengthen them for. One of the major problems we have in our time is how that people live lives of comparisons, and that is one of the major sources of depression. When you live life, you know, comparing yourself to other people or comparing yourself to the journeys of other people. Now, God knows exactly how far an individual would go, what they are capable of. It was by his own choice that he gave to one 5 talents, he gave to another 2 talents, and he gave to another one. He gave, Bible says he gave to all according to their ability, their several ability. Okay, so it means that it is all tied to the abilities that he saw that he gave. So God gives to us, evenly distributes to us based on our abilities, based on what we are capable of handling. Okay, so one of the major abilities that he gave, or one of the major things that he blessed an ostrich with, is speed and agility. Another benefit of being likened to an ostrich, as you look like an ostrich, they're not necessarily abusing you. One of the other benefits of being likened to an ostrich is about strength and endurance. The fact that you have a map of how to get to a place does not mean that you will get there. The fact that you know people that have gone there before does not mean that you're wired to get there. What would ensure that you get there is that there is supply of strength in you. Without the supply of strength, there is a limitation to the experience of your wishes becoming reality. You could have a lot of wishes and they won't necessarily become reality if strength is not installed. So the installation of strength ensures that a man starts and finishes. Many people start it, but they don't finish. And to me, I think that that is one of the major chaos a man or a person can face. Why start a thing? To me, I might be wrong, but in my opinion, why start a thing when you would not see it through? And sometimes it's not about the individual, it's just about the fact that grit, tenacity, and strength or endurance has not been built in such a one. And this is one of the major things that an ostrich has. In learning about an ostrich, you get to see how that they are so blessed, with strength. Okay, now research has it, and just like when you see, scientists have proven that over and over, how that an ostrich possesses, strong legs, and those strong legs would help in maintaining high speeds for long distances. So an ostrich is not just built for the short for a sprint, is built for a marathon. Okay, built for a marathon. Somehow I look out for the Olympics, and one of the games that I look out for during the Olympics, or one of the sports that I look out for during the Olympics, is the marathon. Okay, the sprint is good. Many people can arrive quickly, but not many people have built grit to stay longer. That capacity is something that in our today's world, it's somehow getting missing. Not many people are building that ability to stay. I like to refer to it as staying power. Staying power. Not just seeing the thing start. It's about seeing it through, seeing it through. Okay, you applied for something. I mean, see through, see through. Okay, it's a different case entirely that, oh, you were not accepted, or this one, but see through. Okay, you started cooking, and the next thing, I'm just trying to imagine it, how it sounds. Okay, you started cooking, and halfway you just say, I'm tired of cooking. Then you put it off. What happens? The whole efforts invested, the whole strength invested will go to a waste by that one decision. So the decision of not continuing has a ripple effect that is damaging. Okay, very damaging to the labors, damaging to not even to talk about those who you have inspired or those who are looking up to you. Oh, you say I'm not doing anything for people to look up to me. Take it or leave it. Life on earth is lived such that we are modeling something. Someone is learning something from you, whether positively or negatively. You did not have to necessarily tell them that they should enroll as your disciple or your student. They just look at your life and they want to learn. They just look at your life and they want to find reasons not to be like you. I assume, or I would think that in the days of Noah, for instance, certain parents would have told their children not to be like Noah because it looked like his journey was aimless, it was purposeless. A person, because if you look at how long it took him to build the ark, he built the ark for 120 years. Many people would have gotten married, given birth, seen their great grandchildren, depending on the time they got married. I mean, that was the kind of life that he was, but he stayed, he persevered. Many people can start, but not many can finish. It takes perseverance, it takes strength, it takes grit, it takes endurance to see things through. And Noah, for 120 years, never thought that God was coming him, never thought that he was building something that will be useless in the nearest future. He saw reasons, he saw purpose for it, and he continued. And that's ability is something that an ostrich has. Another thing which I would try and round off on, because I have to rush out, is high perspective. An ostrich, is a tall bird. Okay, is a tall bird, and being a tall bird, it has ability to see from a sky view, from a high point. It does not see at a low level. Okay, even though I'm not disputing the fact that it can observe things beneath it. I'm simply saying that it has ability, okay, to see things in a higher perspective, see things beyond itself, look beyond where it is. Okay, and so because of the height of an ostrich, the vision of an ostrich is wider. So you see, someone who is likened to an ostrich does not think at your level. When you, for instance, you're thinking 10,000 cephas or naira. Someone who has a vision of an ostrich is seeing $10 trillion. 10 trillion euros, 10 trillion pounds. Okay, seeing how when you're thinking of what to eat, someone who has a vision of an ostrich is looking for how many people who are homeless, who have not been fed, who he can be a blessing to, who she can be a blessing to, even though even though she doesn't have. But someone who has the eyesight of an ostrich does not consider themselves. They look out for other people, and because they began to, or because they're taking the posture to look out for other people, it looks like their own self, their own needs are met, exceeded, supplied, made up for. Okay, because it looks like they're now being supplied to look out for other people, so they always have abundance because their viewpoint is always above. The same thing, when it concerns relationship, they do not make permanent decisions based on temporary relationships. Okay, they don't say, no, anytime I meet this, no, they don't make all those things. They see things from afar, and so they are always very futuristic. Okay, and it's one of the major things that many people are not. Many people have not embraced. Many people are not, and they have not embraced. Okay, Apostle Paul will say that why would look not at the things that are, but the things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are temporal, the things that are unseen are eternal. Okay, and so you see, we're crushed, persecuted, not abandoned, pressed down, shaken together. In all those things, we know that we're more than conquerors, and that is because we see beyond today. We know fully well that God's got us covered, and the journey might not be thoroughly, might not be the best of the best. However, we're guaranteed of arrival. We are guaranteed of not just arrival, but safe arrivals. Okay, Jesus would say, we should rejoice, knowing fully well that in all these things we're more than conquerors, and that there are many tribulations. But we should just note that he has overcome, and because he has overcome, we have overcome too. And so, if you would be likened to an ostrich, then you're being likened to someone who has someone who sees from a different perspective. You don't see it the way others see. You see differently, and I think it's a blessing. An ostrich is an amazing animal. and many lessons to learn from that animal. And I hope that this blessed you. I hope that this is blessing you. You can share with someone, okay, help them see that there are many things about them and many things they're going to learn from an ostrich, many things that they are, and many things that God has created them to be, and they will live to the fullness of it, even by the mercies of God. I call you blessed, and I believe that you have prevailed. Shalom.